Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. This is how we did on our free 10 poll. I did it and then realized that I had forgotten to start recording. So we've got 2 extra copies of Airgroove, extra copy of Mayano. We still don't have a Kitasan, we still don't have a Tannhauser, but we still have more polls. Star Unlock, still lacking, so let's go ahead and jump into a career. There is one thing I want to mention if you didn't see the pinned comment on the last video. I didn't fully understand how cleats work on the final 3 turns. In this video, we're going to walk through how they work, but they do work. It's just that the finals turns are actually a separate turn than the turn that you train on. What I've been calling the last 3 turns of the game is actually 6 turns. So we'll walk through how to use the cleats correctly in this video, but it is possible to get +5 and even +6 depending on your race bonus out of that item. As far as what we want to do here, I guess we should go and look at our Team Trials roster first. What we want to do here, I think, is rework Vodka. I think we're just going to work left to right, rebuild all of our aces, and then we'll get down into the weeds on some of these other runners. So, from this Taiki run, we know that we have a pretty good mild deck constructed already, running triple speed, double power, single wit, with decent race bonus across 5 of these 6 cards. Tosin Jordan doesn't have any, but I don't immediately know who I would replace Tosin with. It's possible that that could be something like Haru's Guts card, just as something where we could fire off a Rainbow Guts training every once in a while to help build speed and power. I'm not convinced that's particularly good, and I think we'll just probably try and run this deck back, because it worked fine for Taiki, honestly. An S+ runner is nothing to sneeze at. So let's go spin this up. We'll hop over here, grab our vodka. For legacies, we would like, if possible, to get Turf S, Mile S. We could technically do Late S. I think we actually have Late Surger Sparks somewhere. And that's about it. I think, well, it's technically possible for you to inherit vodka. You know, we have a 2-speed 3 late with Mile and Medium. God, actually, this is perfect. I think we run that for sure. It's possible to get vodka up to like B long or B sprint if you really wanted to min-max the races that you're running. But I think it's fairly difficult to do. Well, I think there's not much point to doing it, basically, because there's not a lot of long races, especially G1s. You're getting the Spring Tenno out of that, you're getting the Arima Kinan out of that, but that's only 3 races. And as far as sprints go, the only ones you're getting out of that are Sprinter Stakes and Takanamatsu no Maya Kinan. So I just don't think it's worth it to spend that much inheritance on trying to get Sprinter long up to B or better, when you could really focus on getting Mild S. And then as far as the parent borrow goes, we're looking for Mile Sparks and Turf Sparks specifically. Show me decent blue sparks, sort me by affinity. We can take any of these we want, apparently. Everybody is double circle. 3 stam, 2 mile. I probably want to inherit stamina, I think. So vodka's 10% speed, 20% power, if I'm not mistaken. Which means that we do... Your turf and sprint, we don't want that. Which means we do probably want some stamina. Shifting Gears is not going to work here. Slick Surge is good though, Nimble Nav is good, Ramp Up is good. None of the other white skills are particularly good here. Just looking for good whites, mostly Ramp Up, Nimble Nav. Corner Adept is all good. These are all fairly front-runner facing. This is the insane Saiyan that they had with the Groundwork Spark. We don't necessarily want that, although Ignited Spirit Power, Tail Held On, Mile Straights, Mile Corners. Playtime's Over is probably even fine on a Late Surger. Man, maybe we use this anyway. Chuck has really built an incredible Saiyan Sky here. How many people have used this? 2,000 trainers. Yeah, I can see that. The problem is that we don't get a ton of stamina inheritance out of this. This is power, speed, power. But I think we might be able to just trust our power trainings to help build stamina. I think we'll probably be okay. We vastly overshot stamina target on Taiki with that deck, so let's try this out. Inheriting mostly speed and power. A little bit of wit, honestly, is fine. And then as far as deck is concerned, Let's just run this mile track laser deck. We're going to do this exactly the same as we did last time because it feels like it's working pretty well. Let me assess our speeds. Here's a Fuku that we can use. I don't need to level any of you, which was the mistake that we made last time. You're at level cap, you're at level cap, both of you are at level cap, you're at level cap. We don't necessarily need Speed Star off of Fine Motion here. So technically this could be a card that's better than Fine Motion. We're getting 15% mood effect, 13% training effectiveness, 8% race bonus. It's possible that Haru's Guts card is better than that. This is 30% mood effect, 15 training effectiveness, 10%, 15% race bonus? No, 10% race bonus. I think Haru's Guts card is actually better than Fine Motion unless we want Speed Star, because we're not really trying to train Wit all that often. Like, if we see a Rainbow Wit training, most of the time we're not actually going to be taking that. Let's try this and see how this goes. Because this is giving us better mood effect, it's giving us better training effectiveness, it's giving us the same amount of race bonus, and Haru can wander around to other trainings. Like if Haru shows up on speed, we're getting a lot of extra stats out of that. If he shows up on power along with these two, we're getting a lot of extra stats out of that. Let's see how this goes. So 2 things to look at this run. The first one is going to be at the end for what is the correct time to actually use a hammer. The other one is going to be on the Niigata stakes, which we'll get to fairly early in this career. But before we get to those, we have to make it through debut. Totally fine preserving energy here and building friendship at the same time. I think a Wit training is much better than a Guts, because we're really not trying to train Guts much this run at all. This is 1 friendship versus 1 friendship and director here. I'm okay putting a little bit of training into speed. If we could get a free level out of it, that would be nice. Would love to get energy back. Don't need an explanation. 2 trainings. Also 2 trainings, but stamina is a lower value facility than speed is, so let's make sure we're trying to level speed. And then if we see any training that's 1 person or fewer, I think we recreate. That's going to be my threshold. This is 2. That's 1. This is also 2, but on a lower value facility. We take speed. Four stand for Guts. Not great, not great. This is finally our recreation turn. Like, this stamina is okay for building friendship. Actually, that stamina is pretty good for building friendship. Friendship does matter a bit. Alright, fine. You've won me over. I want to lean towards speed, power, wit as facilities that I train at in the case of tiebreakers, but I guess I'm not going to get so attached to the idea of only leveling the facilities that I care about that I wouldn't take a good training elsewhere. And this also can be our recreation now, I think. We would love to see Shrine, but Walk is okay. Actually, I would love to get 10 energy. I think that's perfect. So we can go right back to training now. 10 stam versus 10 speed. We're going to be training speed quite a bit, and Taiki capped speed incredibly early. So I think we can just run stamina here. I don't think we're going to have any problems capping speed. Nobody at wit. Everybody at speed. We'll take a speed training, and this is probably going to need to be a rest. Unless we hit, like, slow metabolism or something. But that's speed to 2, which is nice. Unyielding Spirit would be a pretty good hint to get. We'll go ahead and unlock that. And then this is more than likely going to be a rest, which is nice because none of these trainings are particularly good. Let's take 1 rest. Rebuild our energy. Practice Perfect is nice, but I don't think it's going to make any kind of meaningful difference. And then with nothing going on here, I don't care about leveling Haru that much because I don't actually care if we're hitting Rainbow Guts trainings. I just want her to wander around to other facilities and give us mood effect and training effect. So we can basically ignore her friendship this run. It's not really why she's in the deck. Gamble on top option again. Event chain continues. Good. 1, 1, 2. Although this is 1 and a hint. This is 1 and a hint. But Marvelous Sunday's hints are so much more valuable than Tosin Jordan's are. And I don't really care about Haru's friendship that much. But I would be happy to take double friendship progress off of this training. Straightaway adept is fine. The fastest Fukui chain of all time. This is a lot of stats going into our debut. One friend, one friend, one friend. I don't see anybody anywhere else. That's just a wit training to manage energy. Fairly good first 12 turns. We've got 300 speed, 300 power, enough stamina to survive races. I don't need trick front, so we'll take stam and power here. I actually could afford to lose energy on this event, and I think speed will cap anyway, but we're going to get so many skill points from racing that I think I can just take speed anyway and save the energy. And then we're into race day. Nothing that we really need to buy right now. So let's jump into debut. Good. And now off we go into the actual scenario. So let's see how first shop is looking. Because I've continued to rethink my valuation of items that appear in shops. So let me walk you through what I'm seeing here. Grilled carrots this early, super good. Motivating megaphone, surprisingly pretty good this early. Vita 20 we don't need right now, we're full on energy. Stam Manual, Guts, Notepad, we wouldn't mind buying, but they're not huge priorities. So I think we buy these two, we confirm, and then we use the Motivating Megaphone immediately. Because there's not a race late July, there's a Sprint G3 early August, and then there's only a race late August. So we know that for... Actually... No, we mechanically cannot race until late August, so we know that we're training for these next 3 turns. And if we're training for these next 3 turns, why not get 40% stats out of it, because we'll see more motivating megaphones later. I guess double check and make sure there's a good training today. Yeah, there's a good training today. Okay. So we use grilled carrots to bump up friendship gauge. This is better early, worse late. Motivating megaphone is fine to use now. We're going to see more of them later, and we can buy more of them later. Then we take this Guts training. We progress friendship even further. That's going to put Fuku and Shinko Windy to gold friendship. I would love to fix my mood and get energy at the same time. An incredible rainbow speed with a megaphone active. That is wonderful. Position Pilfer is quite good for us as late surgers. And then, okay Stam, a better power, a worse wit. I think I'm fine just taking a power training here. Those are 3 very good turns. And now late August we have the first race that we can actually run. Plus 10 energy, I would love to. So let's start building our race points back up. And this is the Niigata Junior Stakes. So we're going to watch this race, because what Pirachu says is that there's either like a bug or a quirk with this track that makes non-frontrunners duel before the late race transition, which gives them a ton of speed carryover into late race and makes it almost impossible for frontrunners to actually win this race. So we're going to watch it, and we're going to see if we can see that happening. This is, for the record, an extremely weird track. If you look at the track that this race is held on, it's got a real funky track now. It's like a giant sideways U, where late race doesn't actually start until you're halfway through the final straight. It's very, very odd. It's a strange track. This also looks great for us as a late surger right now, that we're in 4th. But the runner that we're watching right now is whoever this NPC frontrunner is in first. We know that Taiki's unique will not work here because this track is not configured to let her unique activate at all. But we're looking for whether we can see... Well, we'll be able to see us dueling with other runners here fairly shortly. Let's see if we hit dueling here. Yeah, so we hit dueling, and that's going to give us speed carryover into late race. So yeah, it's just a funky track layout. And the problem is that frontrunners can't really duel with other people. Interesting. That's just a funky, funky track. We should be fine here, though. I don't think anybody is catching us from this position. Yeah. I'm curious to take a look at that next time we're doing a frontrunner, just to see how it looks. And if you're a better track reader than me, feel free to let me know in the comments what exactly the mechanic is that's leading to that. Because I'm not entirely sure if it's a bug or if it's just a quirk of how that track is configured. Good Luck Charm and Kale Juice. Okay. None of the trainings today are good, so we're racing for sure. As far as what we have in the shop, we can only buy one of these right now. And I think among them, the Kale Juice is probably better. I would also really like to have the Vita 20, but we'll be able to pick up the manual and notepad if we want them after the next race. So let's stock up on energy because we are getting fairly low. Let's run a second race. We have the option of taking a rival racer at the Sapporo Junior Stakes. And that's it, because we can't run sprints. But one of the things that I've also been trying to pay more attention to is the Trackblazer unique epithets that you can get to from this epithet screen. So any epithet that has Trackblazer only next to it, in parentheses, will actually give you stats when you finish it. And that's the pop-ups that we were seeing from the director in the first run that we did. Is every time you finish one of these, for a bronze, you get +5 and 2 random stats. So if we win 2 graded races at Kokura, we get +5 to one stat, +5 to a second stat. If we complete a silver, like if we finish the Tennosho, if we win the Tennosho Spring and Tennosho Autumn, we get ourselves +10 to a random stat and +10 to a second random stat. And then if we finish one of these gold epithets, like we win 15 dirt races, we get +15 and +15. So these epithets are a big thing to chase over the course of a run. And we're going to be aiming for some of these gold ones in this run specifically, like obtaining the Lady epithet, which is winning the Triple Tiara, and then also winning the Queen Elizabeth II Cup. So, as these become relevant, we'll keep an eye on them. In this case, in an imaginary world where we could run sprints, this is one of the 2 races that we would have to win at Kokura, and then there is also an epithet to win 3 junior stakes races that we're going to make progress on here no matter what, because both of them are junior stakes. So let's jump into race 2. Good. And then this is going to let us buy the last few items out of the shop that we wanted. Unless we get, unless more get added. That's our hint for besting a rival. I don't need Disorient, I'm not a pace chaser, so we can just take stats. This is Fast and Furious Dawn, which is a relevant hint for a Late Surger. And then we get items. So these leave the shop in a turn. Stamina manual, pretty good. We may need extra stamina closer to the end of the run. Guts notepad. The notepads aren't very good in general, and we definitely don't need guts. So we could pick up Stam Manual, Good Luck Charm, and then we can wait a turn. We can take our rest here so that we don't run 3 races in a row. And then we can pick up Empowering Megaphone and Speed Scroll, because we do want both of those. We could also skip the Good Luck Charm if we wanted to. We do have a lot of extra energy right now, and it's unlikely that we're going to have a training this early that's so good that we want to Good Luck Charm it. So let's wait on that decision for a turn and just see how we're feeling. Oh, and also there is one more setting that I need to change that Pirachu also pointed out, which is over here in Options. If you scroll down to Career Scenario Settings, turn on when exchanging items from the pro shop, and it automatically consumes any stat increasing items that you buy. So that is very convenient, and we'll leave that on for sure. Now we could just buy the empowering megaphone here, but I don't really think we need to. I can wait a turn, because I might see a turn this turn or next turn where I'm like, you know what, actually I would like to have that good luck charm. On this turn, I'm not really seeing it, and honestly this turn just looks like a rest to get energy back. We could use the KLGs, but I don't think we need to, so let's just take an organic rest instead. There's our plus 70, and then this is an extra 10. And so now I'm more convinced that we don't necessarily need this good luck charm. We can go and race again today. We have the Saudi Arabia Royal Cup. There's also an epithet for winning races that have the name of another country in the title, so this is going to push us towards doing that. We probably should have looked at trainings before we jumped right into it, but thumbs the brakes. We should be more aggressive about checking in general. So let's try and build a better habit of that. Now we have even more stuff to buy. What's going on in this shop? We want to jump on Empowering Megaphone now. Speed Scroll is really good value. We do want one of those. We also want 3 Master Cleat Hammers by the end of the run. We don't really need stamina ankle weights. We don't have any stamina cards in the deck, so the odds that we get a good stamina training are fairly low. Power Manual and Whip Manual are both okay. Another Empowering Megaphone we do want, and Speed Ankle Weights we do want. And an Energy Drink Max we would like, but it's not a high priority. I think for now, because we're still early run, we skip the speed scroll, and we just hope that we can buy more of them later. Let's pick up... We don't need these until the very end, so we can really wait on those. Let's pick up 2 Empowering Megaphones, so that if we do see a good training, we can just use one of them. And then maybe in case we hit an early negative status effect, we can pick up a... Well, we could save that in the shop, actually. We don't need to do that now. Maybe we just buy this. We'll pick those 2 up. Trainings this turn. An okay power. A really good speed. Is that speed so good? I can't Motivating Megaphone. We're just a little short. I don't think that I would Empowering Megaphone it. It's only plus 17 and plus 8, so let's just take the friendship progress out of this. We are giving up on a G3 that is not a rival race. So we're going to take this training. And then I'd like to train early November as well. One of the other things that I've figured out from talking to some other people is that you cannot get the mood down effect from running consecutive races on late December. So we would really like our last 3 turns to look like this. We're going to be going the triple tiara route because the triple crown route requires running longs. So we want to take the JF over the FS because there's a difference in terms of the epithets that you get. And then if we can run the hopeful stakes, we will. But this is just an extra G1. It doesn't actually contribute to any epithets. It's an okay stam, it's an okay power. It's also an okay wit. I can take that wit and feel pretty good about it. Are we missing out on anything about to leave the shop? We are going to miss out on Speed Ankle Weights and Energy Drink Max EX. That's okay. We'll find more Speed Ankle Weights. They're not that important early because your trainings aren't very good early. All the rest of the stuff has 4 turns on it, so we can procrastinate on that a little longer. Take our Wit training. Shifting gears is towards the front mid-race in a mile. That's not going to be happening for Vodka, so we'll just take stats out of that. We are passing up on a very bad power training. Passing up on bad trainings everywhere. This is the easiest race I've ever seen in my life. Double check you don't need to buy it. You can't afford anything about to leave, so you can just jump into this race. We actually want to go with the Kyoto Junior Stakes here because it's a rival race. We should have the stamina for this. Yeah, we're good. Let's go race against our rival. I believe this is our 3rd Junior Stakes race. So we should get epithet stats after this. We'll double check the log afterwards. There's another speed ankle weight and another energy up EX. So it's completely fine that we missed those the first time. We can get them again. And then over here in the log, achievement, outstanding contribution, win 3 races that have junior stakes in the name. We get 5 guts, 5 wit out of that. So it's just extra stats. It's extra stats for running races that we kind of already wanted to race. So if you can prioritize an epithet, you probably should. Here, we're giving up a bad wit training. We're giving up bad everything trainings again. So this is a great turn to run the Hanshin JF. We would like to prioritize the items leading in 2 turns. A motivating megaphone would be nice. This is like our megaphone to use on a good training when we don't want to use the good megaphone. Cleat Hammer would be nice, but we'll see more of these, and we don't need them until the very end of the run. Manuals would be nice, but they're not a super high priority. I definitely want speed ankle weights. We can grab those, and then we still have 95 to spend. We could do something like this, and then we start making progress on not needing to buy more megaphones and more hammers. It does mean losing a wit manual and a power manual, but that's okay. We can buy more of these later, I think. And it also means losing Miracle Cure, but we don't have any negative conditions right now, so we should be okay. Let's grab those. Passing up on... We looked at these already. These are all bad trainings. Let's go run the Hanshin JF. Now, this is an important G1, because it unlocks a number of epithets for us. If we lose this race, we would like to reroll it. We don't need to, fortunately. But I think there's at least 2, maybe 3 epithets that depend on winning the Hanshin JF specifically. Good luck, Charmin. Wit Manual in the shop now. Speed Eater is a mile front skill. We're not going to need that. This is extra energy. So let's go take a peek. And I'm not going to be able to find these fast, so I apologize. These are Umamusume stakes, standard, non-standard. Okay, further up. Might be further up. Or they might be golds. Yeah, I think they're golds. So here's one of them, but we could have done Hanshin JF or Asahi High Futurity Stakes for this. That's mile a minute. Where is the other one that I was just looking at? Here it is. This is the one. So Goddess requires Hanshin JF specifically. Hanshin JF, Victoria Mile, QE2 Cup twice, and then the Lady epithet. Where the Lady epithet up here is the Okusho, Japanese Okushukusho. So that's the triple tiara route. We do this, and then also on top of that, we run all of these extras, which were down here, and then we get a ton of extra sets for it. And then we also do this one, and we win the QE2 Cup in Classic. So basically what that looks like is we go Okusho, we go NHK Mile Cup because there's a separate mile title, Yasuda Kinan, Oaks for the Tiara title, Shukusho for the Tiara title, QE2 Cup for Goddess in Classic here, Mile Championship for the title, and then in Senior Year, we take Victoria Mile. We don't need to run the Osaka High, but we can, just as an extra race. If we lose the Yasuda Kinan the first time, we'll grab it here again. And then we grab Tenno, we grab QE2 again, and we grab Japan Cup. Actually, isn't there's another one in here somewhere. I should have written these down ahead of time, I apologize. Stunning epithet and win Japan Cup Classic or Arima Kinan Classic. So which one is stunning? I think that's Triple Crown. It is. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. We can't do the Triple Crown because we can't run longs. So we're fine to skip that. Anyway, this is the Hopeful Stakes. We could skip this if we wanted to. I don't think this is a good enough training to warrant it. I also don't think this is a good enough training to warrant it. This is a G1, so we're going to get quite a bit of stats out of it. It does not matter that this is our third consecutive race. We cannot get the mood down on late December. But we are a-okay to just go ahead and run this. There we go. One more G1 in the books. And that takes us to a nice round 0 energy. We have 2 empowering megaphones in the shop. If we could get 7 of those, we'd be really happy, but that's a little excessive. 4 is my benchmark for having enough of them. But I really don't want to spend that much race currency up front. Rich Hand Cream fixes skin outbreak, we don't need that now. Vita 65 on sale looks very good. Stamina and Guts we don't really have in the deck, but if we do see a good Guts training with Haru there and like 2 or 3 other support cards, we wouldn't say no to taking it, because it also builds speed and power. Energy Drink Max EX I don't think is amazing. Like, Max Energy isn't a huge deal. Good Luck Charms are nice to have, but I don't think it's necessary. We could just buy Empowering Megaphone number 3 and Whip Manual. We're not going to be racing for the next few turns. Because for the next 4 turns, there are no G3s. So what we'd actually like to see in this shop is a non-empowering megaphone, but there isn't. No, there's a motivating megaphone. We're going to get a motivating megaphone on sale and try to pick these up later on in the run. We're going to train for at least 3 of these 4 turns. Like, this is going to be a rest, and then off the Vita 65, we can go train, train, train. Is there anything else we need in that case? The notebooks aren't good. I think this is a fine pickup from the shop for now. Okay. So this is a rest, passing up on a pretty good power training. Oh, it's a really good speed training, actually. Maybe we should... Well, we could actually we could Vita 65 this, actually. Is that worth it? I think that's worth it. That's a ton of stats. We can go Vita 65, Motivating Megaphone, Speed Ankle Weights, because this is a training worth hitting an ankle weights on. We'll get another one before summer break. They pop up all the time. Let's go ahead and use this. And then we take this training. It gives us another 43 stats. This is Haru really pulling her weight here as somebody who has 30% mood effect and 15 training effectiveness. And then we want to train for these 2 turns as well, because we still have the megaphone active. It's kind of an underwhelming wit, but I do want to preserve energy in case the training after this is even better. So let's just take a below average wit, get an extra 4 stats out of that. Extra energy out of that. 3 mood up. That's also not a half bad wit. That's not a half bad wit at all. It works on Nishino Flower's friendship, and it's also just good at building stats. I'm fine with that. Energy preservation is still good. Speed 5 versus Stam 10. I'll take 10 Stam. And I think that's fine. Single rainbow speed, that we don't need. None of these trainings are good. None of these races are good. I guess you can just take a naked rainbow speed. That's fine. Base Chaser Straits don't need that, per se. Nice stat bump. We would like to avoid racing on both of these turns, so that we're not hitting 3rd race penalty on the Oka show. We're just going to let our trainings tell us what to do, versus whether we race early March or late March. We've got a single rainbow speed that's basically just Tosin Jordan, because Marvelous Sunday doesn't contribute anything. We have a Nishino Flower hint, which could get us updrafters, which is quite good. It also works on her friendship, which is lagging behind. I think that's an okay wit to take. And then we get G2 Rival Race. which is nice. Passing up a single rainbow for it. No good trainings whatsoever. Make sure nothing good is about to leave the shop. I still don't think I need these speed notebooks. Or, like, either of these notebooks. They're just not that good. And we can't afford anything else. The hand cream? We don't... Well, we could buy the hand cream just as, like, emergency prevention for this triple race sequence or this triple race sequence. Try and make sure we're avoiding any potential skin condition from that. So let's grab that. Be a little proactive. And then we take a race. We're going to go race, race, rest. Race, 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 rest. Is how these turns are going to go. Good. Good. Vita 20 I absolutely want to buy. That's another epithet done. We'll check what epithet that was in just a second. Actually, we can check it now. What were you? 3 graded races, Tokyo, Nakayama, Roy. Okay. Not too difficult in the grand scheme of things. There's races at Tokyo all the time. Ignited Spirit Power is a very nice hint pickup there. Speed is also fine, it's just not nearly as good. And then technically we could skip the Oka show, but we would need to see an extremely good training to do that. We have options for Vita 20, which I do want. A speed training application on sale I actually think is fairly good. We're going to be training a lot of speed this run, and this is really early to see it. Hot Topic, I don't care. Charming, I also don't care. Half of our supports are at gold already, and we're not going to be training that much. I really like the idea of a cheap coaching megaphone, but it's there for 6 turns, so I don't really have to worry about it. I know that I want speed ankle weights no matter what. I want another cheap Vita 20. These are my buys right now, because they might be useful next turn. We are passing up a single rainbow speed, a Nishino Flower support, and nothing else. Oka Show time. This, again, is a race that we will be alarm clocking if we do not win. Good. That's more epithet progress. We're getting a lot of guts out of these race wins, man. So, Artisan Cleat Hammer we want. What epithet was that? Chikyo Hanshin or Kyoto. Okay, done. This is also... No, this is not a race day. This is a rest day. The halfway decent guts training. If this was like summer break, this is the kind of training that you just keep a guts band around for, because why not just spend it on that? But we're not going to do that now. What we want out of this, these go away in 3 turns. We would like a wit scroll. We would like power ankle weights. Let's grab these because summer break is coming up. The wit scroll we can pass on. It would be nice if we can afford it, but we have a lot of other stuff we want to buy. We want to get the speed training application, ideally both of those megaphones. Like, there's a lot of stuff we want to spend money on shortly. And these are gone in 5 turns. We can run all 3 of these. We'll be able to afford it. It's just, well, you could do math on this, right? So right now we're at 50. We're going to be at 350 after this. We're going to be at 215. We're going to be at like 180. We're going to be at like 140. Yeah, you can afford the wit scroll. Scrolls are good value if you can. These 3 races are going to give us a lot of extra race points, and I doubt there's going to be many things better than a wit scroll in them. So let's pick that up now. Used our training item. This is a rest to get energy ready for summer break. That's a perfect time to get plus 70. And then this is going to be race, race, race. Passing up a halfway decent power training, honestly. If this was not an epithet race, if this was like a G2, I'd probably skip it to power weight plus megaphone that training. but the G1 is so much more important for the longer term epithets in this run that we want to do that. And again, this is one we would alarm clock if we lose. We don't. Good. Race number 2. Power's nice. Holy cow, that's a lot of stuff. Let's get through these 2 races and then shop. We don't have to make that decision right now. This is a really good speed training, but I'm not giving up the triple tiara epithet for it. I hope to see you again in summer break, though. Good. Very, very nice. Stamina's nice. Oh my god, there's so much to buy. So much to purchase. That's another epithet done. What was that? Win 10 open or higher. Okay. I'm getting concerned about how much is in our shop. I want to just go buy some things so that I'm not worried about my budget so much. Is anything better than megaphones right now? It's so many scrolls. I'd really like to buy those. They leave in 2 turns. You'd be giving up megaphones for it. You have 2 empowering megaphones. This is good enough for your summer break right now. So you don't have to buy more empowerings. And having 1 motivating megaphone, if you see 1 good training outside of summer break, I think is fine. So let's say we can skip these megaphones. That would leave us scroll. I would like to get this Royal Kale Juice if I can afford it. But it's not a priority right now. Artisan Cleat Hammer is skippable. Stamina Scroll we would like to have. Good Luck Charm we'd like to have. We'll be able to afford it after the next race. So buy these. Good. Let's go do our Yasudakinen. So even if we hit skin condition here, we can use the cream to make it go away. We have built-in insurance against that. Good. And then this is going to be a rest. Another speed weight and another empowering megaphone. Alright, it's just a mood down. That's great. 10 power versus 10 speed. Probably speed. Alright. What epithet was that we just got? Where are you? Right here. Win 10 standard race distances. Sure. This really needs to be a rest. It's an okay training. It's not great. This is our last turn to buy these items. We don't need the megaphones. We're going to pass on those. We could get Kale Juice Good Luck Charm, and then we'd miss out on a stamina scroll. Right now, our stamina is 307. We're not going to have any problems making it to 600 by the end of the run. However, I think we're also going to miss out on this speed ankle weight because we're not going to be racing in summer break. And we only have 1 right now. So if we see 2 good speed trainings in summer break, we're going to miss out on 1 of them. I think I'd rather go like this. And then probably go like this. Because then I can still get a stamina scroll. Although it does mean that if the shop resets in summer break, you're not going to be able to buy anything else out of it. Maybe we just stay like this then. We save a little bit of extra currency. This could actually also be a recreation turn to fix mood going into summer break. And then we can just, we have a lot of Vita 20 stockpiled. You know what? I like that idea a lot more actually. Because then we get a better training effect. Good. We even get 10 energy recovery out of it. That's great. Ooh, and we get energy recovery out of Claw Machine. That's perfect. We would really like this to be a good Claw Machine. Like, really, really important to get big win here. Do not drop any of those. So far, so good. Gold. Don't drop any. One is fine. That's okay. Gold. Don't drop any. Okay. Well, you know what? That's still pretty good. We'll still take that. It's not a big win, but it is going to be some energy recovery. Chop Refresh has plain Cupcake, which is actually really important right now because we have that kale drink. We're passing up on a Vita 40. No, we can't afford the Vita 40. Power Ankle Weight, Stam Ankle Weight, Motivating Megaphone, Reporter Binoculars. Yeah, the only thing we care about here is the Cupcake, in case we need to use an emergency kale beverage. That is a horrible power training. It's a pretty good wit training. It's not so... well... we do have, like, surplus megaphones right now. This is why we bought the empowering megaphones. So we probably should. This gives us 60% bonus stats for 2 turns. So take the wit training. It works on Haru's friendship, which is like, we don't really care, but it's nice that she exists there. Not good. None of these are good, man. This should probably be a race, even though we have a megaphone active. That's how bad these trainings are. If we had access to a whistle at all, this would be a whistle turn, but we haven't seen one. We do know that we need to win races at Chukyo, though. So let's take a Chukyo race. This is functionally worth plus 10 stats, as long as we can find any other Chukyo race anywhere. Or that might have even been our second one, and we ran one in Junior, and I just forgot. Plus 1 empowering megaphone. These are still bad trainings. Holy cow. I mean, at least we don't have the megaphone active right now, so we don't have to worry about quote-unquote wasting this turn. But this is a bad turn. On the bright side, we get to win our second race at Kokoro. So let's go get that epithet out of the way. Okay. At least we get 10 stats out of that then. Like 10 bonus stats. Excuse me? Did I already get the Kokoro title? Or is it 3? Hello? Game? Oh, one was Chukyo. Never mind, I'm stupid. That's my bad. That's me. That's on me. That's me. Alright, finally we have a good power training. Let's go here. Power ankle weights, empowering megaphone. We'll get ready to pop off this turn. I think we're going to need to use one more Vita 20. Yeah, 9% fail. That's a little more than I'm willing to deal with. Give me another one. And now give me a huge power training. So 27, 42 extra stats out of this. 43 extra stats out of this. Off the back of the megaphone and the weights. And then we do still have a megaphone active this turn if we have any trainings that look halfway decent. That power training's okay. But I think I'd rather take a versus race because I can go race, race, rest, and then race, race, race. Assuming we don't see any good trainings. So rival at Nakayama, rival at Niigata, rival at Hanshin. Which of these help with an epithet? Niigata does. So, we take the Niigata race. Niigata Kinan. Fairly minor decision, but it does get us 10 stats that we wouldn't have had otherwise. Eventually, as long as we find other Niigata races. Powering Megaphone, Vita 20. We want all of that. Events. Vita 20 for sure. Empowering Megaphone for sure. Vita 40 for sure. Power ankle weight replacement, because we don't have any right now. I wouldn't mind... Well, actually we have a motivating Megaphone already. I think we're fine on that. I'm kind of tempted by Miracle Cure, just so we can fix anything that goes wrong. Like if we get a random Night Owl, or a random Slacker, or a random slow metabolism, at least we have an item around to fix it. I'm a little tempted by the second motivating Megaphone, but I think we can just save on coins right now, because I know that I'm not going to be training for the next several turns. So let's take this. We'd like to race today. Anshin, Nakayama. I don't think there's going to be any difference between those. Anshin and Nakayama are all done already, so we can just take whichever one we want, which probably means the G2, because it's... Well, they're both G2s, actually. Yeah, there's no real difference between these two. We've also trophied both of them already. Let's take the one that's only 2200 to reduce our risk of getting stammed out. We are only at 350 right now. So running a 2400 in the rain might be a little sketchy. Another empowering Megaphone, another Vita 20. A mood down. And a shop refresh. We do only have one empowering Megaphone right now, so this puts us to 2. Vita 20 is just useful to have. Reset Whistle's very important right now. Charming and Practice Perfect we don't need. A second power ankle weight would be nice, and I don't care about whip manuals, and I don't care about a fluffy pillow, and we have a Miracle Cure. We can take a second power ankle weight here in case we see a good power training. And then this is going to be a rest. We need to get energy back for this string of races. Plus 70 is perfect. The mood down here, honestly, I don't think matters, because we have a good shot of seeing Etsuko in any of these 3 races. Autumn Tenno we're skipping. Kikukusho we don't have the aptitude for. This is just Chukusho. This is going to give us our triple tiara epithet. And obviously we alarm clock this if we lose it. We don't. So this is going to be a big stat bump from the epithet. This is going to be a 10-10. Okay. There's our 10-10 power gut. In the shop, we now have Artisan Cleat Hammer, we don't care. Speed Scroll, we'd like to try and get. Empowering Megaphone, we think is nice. We don't care about any of the stuff that's down here right now, really. Like, Gut Scroll would be okay, but I don't need Guts. These Whip Manuals would actually be nice, but I have 4 turns to make up my mind about them. Guts Ankle Weight we don't need, we already have one. Speed Scroll would be nice, but I don't have to buy it now. We'll just grab this Empowering Megaphone so we don't have to think about it going forwards. We'll start saving those for the finals. We'll take our second race. QE2 Cup. We'd really like to see Etsuko here. Any chance of seeing Etsuko? No Etsuko. Stamina ankle weights? We don't need those. Here's another plus 10 epithet. This is a great energy recovery opportunity. Which epithet were you? This was Lady and then win the QE2 Cup. We'd also really like to do Mile Championship this turn. This is a neat stamina training, but it's not nearly good enough. Speed Scroll leaves in 2 turns. We can procrastinate on that decision a little longer. 3 consecutive races is fine. We'll take Mile Championship because we can run Japan Cup in senior year. We will be alarm clocking this because this is an epithet race. We would very, very much like to win this. There we go. Good. That's a beautiful classic year. I think we've done an excellent job. 2 more empowering megaphones. And that's a gold epithet done now, because that's plus 15 plus 15. I actually want the mood out of this instead of the energy. Let's start fixing that. Which epithet was this? This was Breakneck Miler, so we won the NHK, Yasukina, and Mile Championship. That is now done. None of these trainings are really amazing. I don't like that Nishino Flower is this low going into senior year, but we've had very limited opportunities to work on that. I don't really care what Haru's friendship is like, respectfully. I'll look at the races, but I'm probably not doing them. A Chukyo Turf is nice. But we can also just rest today. Artisan Cleat Hammer I don't want. We're at 235, we can spend. Give me a Speed Scroll. And I don't need anything else. You guys, I can wait on for a little bit. Let's grab 15 speed. I can actually Recreate this turn too to fix mood. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. That's great. That does everything I wanted it to do. This also does everything I wanted it to do. Huge. So we can't run the Arima, we can't run anything this turn. So we're stuck training. That's not a bad Guts training. It's 30 mood effect, 5 training effectiveness, 5 training effectiveness, 30 mood effect, 15 training effectiveness, 11, 7, 8. We're also probably training early January, late January. Like, there are G2s and G3s, but they're not amazing. This could be a turn where we pop one of the bad megaphones. We're at 3 of these right now. Give me one more. Give me both these whip manuals because they're cheap. Give me another motivating megaphone because it's cheap, and then I think we'll sit on the rest of our race money. Probably give me that power scroll too. Let's grab that stuff before it leaves the shop. And then for this turn, I think we go Guts Ankle Weight, motivating megaphone, and we blow it on that Guts training. It's a fine Guts training. It's not amazing, but we're getting 15, 22 extra stats out of that. And then the megaphone itself carries over into the next 2 turns if we decide we want to do that. I think that's worth. Plus 5 because we're the best classic year runner. And then how are these trainings looking? 15 energy's great. Shop lineup is refreshed. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. And not great. This is a race. Yodo, Nakayama. God, I wish we had a rival at Chukyo. So do I care more about plus 10 stats or 1 hint? Functionally is what this choice comes down to. I think I would rather get a hint. But I could see a world where I take that Chukyo race just to get it out of the way. Let's take Nakayama. Well, yeah, there's no difference between these. We've won at Kyoto and Nakayama already. We'll go knock this out, get some race points. Good. Don't gamble. Standard distance is fine. Rosy Outlook I'm not going to use at all. This is another slow metabolism. I'll take the free energy all day. And then this, honestly, we have a megaphone active for this. It's not a great training, but it's not a bad training. We're getting an extra 13 stats out of it, and it works on Nishino Flower's friendship, and it levels speed up, or it contributes to leveling speed up. We're passing up on a Nakayama race that maybe has a country name in it, I'm not sure. Because, like, America's not a country. The United States of America is a country, but America is not a country. I'm not sure if that one counts or not. I'm going to take the speed training anyway here. Let's make sure nothing's about to leave the shop. Nothing's leaving the shop. We can look at you later. We'll take the speed training to get a little extra use out of our megaphone. 8 extra wit. 10 extra energy, yes please. It's basically the same training. I'm still not going to take it though. We have a Kyoto and a Tokyo race. It's possible that we could take this wit training. I'm not going to blow a megaphone on it, but I really want to have Nishino Flower at Gold Friendship before summer break, because I want the possibility of double rainbow power trainings online. What am I missing in the shop to do that? My second Master Cleat Hammer. So we definitely want that. Speed ankle weights, we definitely... Well, we have 2 already. We probably don't need a third. Reset whistle we want. Wit manual we probably want. Yeah, the shop's not amazing. I don't feel like I need to run right now. Do I have a backup bad megaphone? I do. I still have a motivating megaphone. I think we can go like this and then we can just take this wit training. The races this turn aren't incredible. Like, I know it's a versus race and I get a hint out of it, but I really want to try and work on this friendship. I want to get that fixed. That's an okay rainbow speed. This Guts has everybody who I need to be at it. What am I passing up on? Passing up on a G2 rival. Oh, I'm passing up on a Kokura race. Oh, need you. I don't care about Haru's friendship. I think I would rather take this Kokura race and hope that I can hit Nishino Flower's friendship somewhere in the rest of these turns. I think I take this race. It's 10 guaranteed stats in my pocket. I do not like how long it's taken us to level Nishino Flower. I wonder if there's other, like, worse turns previously in this career where I could have worked on that. Stamina Scroll, I want. Artisan Hammer, I don't need. There's our achievement, our epithet for Kokura, so we don't need Kokura races anymore. This is a pretty good power training. We should probably take it instead of racing. So what do the next 2 turns here look like? First of all, we're passing up on a Chukyo. Oh no. It's fine, we're done with Chukyo. Okay. We're passing up on a versus race. Although this one is an Umamusume stakes race, which is an epithet, but this is a good power training if we megaphone and power weights it. So I think we probably do that. Power weights, motivating megaphone. Use. This is going to give us 3 turns of megaphone, so we'd like to train early April as well, and then we'd be targeting specifically you. You're perfect. You're an Umamusume stakes race, and you're at Fukushima, which I think we still have to race at. Let's book that in now, and then our plan will be train, race, train. So we take this power training, which is an extra 26 stats, but half of that is coming from the megaphone, which is going to carry over into early April. It puts Haru to gold for whatever that is worth to us. This is the training that would finally put Nishino Flower to gold, but I would much rather have the G1. The Osaka High is not going to contribute to epithets because we'd need to race the Spring Tenno for that to do the Spring Triple Crown. We cannot do a 3,200 meter long race. We don't have the aptitude. So we'll take Osaka High instead. Good. It's kind of impressive we've only had to alarm clock one time. Guts Weight, Guts Scroll. I don't care about either of those. Actually, I should probably buy a Guts Weight because we used our last Guts Weight. Just in case there is a really good harder training, we would want one on us. There's a playtime's over hint, which is not bad. Shop reset. Discount Vita 20s. So many discount Vita 20s. Honestly, use one. And then go buy the other 3. Give me all these. Artisan Cleat Hammer, who cares? Speed Ankle Weights? We should maybe have a third, because it is on sale. Motivating Megaphone, we should maybe have one in case we see like an okay training. Stamina Scroll, let's get it before it leaves. Gut Scroll, I can wait on you. I don't need to make a decision right now. Today is a bad power training, pretty bad guts training, an okay wit training, but the training that finally pushes Nishino Flower to gold. Probably, yeah. I think we take that. It fixes it before summer break, which was our target. Let's just get that patched up, and then we don't have to worry about it. Another slow metabolism. Yes, man. We've gotten 120 energy out of those this run. Passing up a G3 to take a bad speed training, a bad everything training. What a great day to race. I don't think this is going to be our third Umamusume race, but it's making progress on them. So at least there's that. That's a beautiful time to get a mood up. Speed Eater again? I don't need Speed Eater. Wait, was that our third? Was that our third Umamusume race? I didn't think we'd done 3. No, that was Fukushima or Niigata. Okay. Unyielding Spirit versus 6 Gut, 6 Wit. This is already at hint level 1. In that case, give me the stats, because I think we're going to be very skill point rich at the end of this run. We have done a lot of races. Straightaway Adept versus Acceleration. Adept is just better. Check your trainings, but you would really like to run this for the epithet. It's bad. They're all bad. This is a great Victoria Mile day. Double check that nothing's leaving the shop this turn that you want. A Guts Scroll. A Guts Ankle Weight. You did say you wanted that. You don't care about any of this. So many Gut Scrolls. So many Gut Scrolls. And then you have 4 empowering megaphones. You don't need any more megaphones. You're good on megaphones. You never need to buy anymore. In that case, buy both of the Gut Scrolls. And you still have a rich hand cream. So I don't think you need 2. I think this is the buy. Well, technically you could maximize this a little more and you could buy the Gut Scroll that's about to leave. We can do a little something like that. Run Victoria Mile. This is an alarm clock race if we don't win it. Doesn't matter. No gambling. You can see the muscle memory. I want to gamble so bad. But I don't think it's correct. Mile straights. This is a good guts training. This is, well, because Sunday's here. Sunday doesn't do anything. This is probably still a better speed training to take. Like, this is probably more stats overall if we roll an item on it, but this speed training is pretty good. So that's going to be Motivating Megaphone, drink a Vita 40, speed ankle weight. There's not even a rival race today. This is such a good turn to take off to do a good training. 32 extra stats out of this. Yasuda Keenan, I don't actually think we need to win senior year. It's just an extra G1. But we don't need to win a race at Hanshin. So it doesn't really matter. Our stamina, by the way, is exactly on target right now. We haven't really been looking at it because there's a lot of other information coming at you in an average Track Blazer run, but our stamina looks perfect right now. The final 3 turns are usually around 70 stats, I think. So add 70 to everything here, and that's what our final stats are like right now. It's an okay power training. And we do still have the megaphone active. We're passing up on a G1. And that's it. So would I rather take a G1 or would I rather take this power training? I think I'd rather take this power training at this point, because I don't think the Takarazuka Keenan contributes to any epithets we still need to unlock. We can't do the senior spring triple crown because we didn't do the spring Tenno. I think it's just a random G1. But then this isn't a great training either because power is only level 1. Yeah, we should probably run a G1 instead. This is probably better. If we had leveled up power a little bit more, it might be different, but a level 1 power training is not a ton of stats at the end of the day. And this is what, a flat 16, I think? Something like that? Yeah, flat 16. Unfortunate that it's in Guts, but still. Oh, and then we get 10 from the fact that it was a rival race too, yeah. Alright, give me a Vita 20. Give me speed and power ankle weights because we are flush with cash right now. I don't think we're so flush that I need to buy a wit training application. But I think I can take both these speed manuals. Give me all these. Use a Vita 20 and then buy a Vita 20. We have so much money right now. Use 2 Vita 20s. We are so flush with cash. And then give me this Vita 20. And then show me good trainings. That's not a good training. None of these are good trainings. Rival race today? No, it's 3 races in a row. I guess you take the power anyway. And if you're going to take the power anyway, you might as well megaphone it. But I'm not going to ankle weight it. It's not that. You know what? You can reset whistle this turn. This is not an amazing turn. Let's reset whistle it. We only have 3 partners on this entire turn. It's so bad. That's not much better. That's really not much better. I'm still probably going to take it, though. I don't want to whistle again. We have 3 speed ankle weights. Let's start using them up. I don't know where else I'm going to use these right now, and we could still even buy more of them. So let's do this. This is not a training that I'm happy about, but we really don't have good options on this turn anyway. We get an extra 37 stats out of that, but it could be so much higher. That's still not good. I almost want a wit here to preserve energy. Like, it's not bad to have a ton of wit. We're doing team trials for this run anyway. I do see that there's a versus race. It's at Chukyo. We have a Chukyo and a Sapporo. Do we need those? We need a Sapporo. You know what? That changes my calculus then. come and take this Sapporo race. Maybe that's our third Sapporo and I forgot. Because none of those trainings are amazing. Okay. More items is honestly great right now. It's so bad. You're so bad. Ugh. Give me a good luck charm and these whip manuals. I'm fine spending down here right now. Give me these. And then I think to fix our energy this turn, I'm probably going to take that wit training, but to fix our energy this turn, I think we go Royal KO Plain Cupcake. So let's do that. The entire reason we have empowering megaphones is to use them. So let's pop one. We can buy more of them for the final 3 turns if we want. 70 race coins for an extra 14 stats, but this turn could be good. It's not. Do I whistle this again? We should be able to have better trainings than this. Whistle me again. There's still a rainbow. It's marginally better. I'll take it. And give me a power ankle weight on that as well. I'm not happy about it. It could be a double rainbow, but I'll take it. It's an extra 32 stats. No. It's an extra 44 stats. Do not do math on stream. I don't think I need any of those races. It's not a great training. But it's okay. We have 143 race coins right now, and we still have 3 more big races to do. None of these contribute to epithets, although I guess they are worth skill points. So are those races better than a training that gives you 34 stats? And a hint for Marvelous Sunday, which is not irrelevant. We don't have Tail held high yet. I'd actually like to see Tail held high. Okay, that's fine. We'll just take stats instead. There will be more races. Shifting gears is not something we're going to be buying. Holy cow, a good training. Pause everything. What am I passing up on? A G2? It doesn't matter. Give me a Vita 20. We can Empowering Megaphone this because I can't race early October. We have a 3-race stretch coming up. So give me energy, Empowering Megaphone, speed, ankle weights, and then we want to try and buy 1 or 2 more megaphones to use in the final turns. But I'm blowing everything on this training. Let's get this speed up. And then we want to train this turn as well. Show me another good speed training. That's speed 5. That's great. It's another slow metabolism. Yeah, man, give it to me. It's another good speed training. That's perfect. We could speed weight this. We probably should speed weight this. We're not guaranteed to get another good speed training. We have Guts Manual, Speed Manual, and the Shot. Vita 20. This is our last Master Cleat Hammer. Grab that. I want both these megaphones. Guts Training Application, who cares? Vita 20, I'll be back for you. Manuals, I'll probably be back for you. So we should not need any more megaphones. Wait, do I not have a megaphone? Yeah, I have a megaphone active right now. Okay. Yeah, take this level 5 speed training. We don't need to train speed anymore. Speed is done. It's going to cap by the end of the run. Passing up a single rainbow speed. Not really anything else. At this point, all we're looking for is big wit trainings and big power trainings. That's it. That is all we care about. Okay. Also, the only race we have to alarm clock here is the QE2 Cup. Because we need to win that race twice. The other ones we can lose, but given that we're almost done with the run, we might as well alarm clock them anyway. That wit scroll we're going to buy immediately. Get in. At this point, I can afford both of these manuals. I can afford this. Do I need a Vita 20? I might not even need a Vita 20 anymore. We have a lot of energy skills, or energy items still in our inventory, and we get plus 30 at late December. Passing up a really good speed training, but one that we don't need. So give me QE2 Cup. Good. 8 lengths, very nice. Powering megaphones, power ankle weights. I want both of these. There's our plus 15 for winning the UE2 Cup twice. I don't need fast pace, so I'll just take stats, please. Shot me. I want both of these. Can't quite afford it, but we can get it next turn. And then this is going to be third race in a row Japan Cup. We're going to spend no energy on this, which owns. We could gamble. No, we shouldn't gamble, because if we gamble on this race, we have so little energy that we can't actually tell if we won the gamble or not, and that's not interesting. So we'll just take top. Another empowering megaphone, another power weight. So there is one more shop refresh when we get into the final 3 turns. We currently have 2 power ankle weights. We have enough megaphones to megaphone on every single turn for the rest of the game. I don't think we need to buy. That's a pretty good training. These are all bad trainings otherwise, though. Give me the rest. 50 is fine. And then I don't think there's a race we can do late December. Yeah, there's nothing that we're good at on that turn. This is a fine turn to use a Guts Band. Do I have one? I do. This is a great time to have a Guts ankle weight. So give me an empowering megaphone. This is going to work this turn, and then first turn of finals. And that's it. Get a nice little cheeky Guts training in here. It's not a great training, but it's fine. Works on our power, works on our speed. And then we're into finals. So now I can finally show you, which you probably know already, the appropriate time to use a cleat on the final turns. Master Cleat Hammer, we're fine. We have all of our Cleat Hammers. I don't actually think I need any of this. Give me the Vita 20 and the Vita 20. And both these manuals, we're down to 28 coins at the end of the run. Perfect. We have spent virtually every single coin that we got in the course of the run. You could not plan it better. And this is a great power training to use a band on. So give me a Vita 20, give me a power ankle weight. Take this training. The Guts training is worse, yeah. Give me the power training. And the appropriate time to use your cleat is now, on this screen. So we're going to Master Cleat Hammer, and we're going to go into race time. This has been an extremely good run. I don't know if it's going to be better than Taiki, but I think it's going to be close. It's either going to be a very high S or a very low S+. So you see now that we use the cleat at the right time, we're getting plus 21 instead of plus 16. So we know it's working. This is going to be a Guts training, and we're going to megaphone it. We don't have a Guts band, which is unfortunate. Can use some Vita 20s though. We do have 2 good luck charms in our inventory that are not going to get used, but these are emergency. Miracle Cure, Rich Hand Cream, these are emergency. I don't mind spending money on them and never using them, because if everything goes according to plan in your run, you shouldn't need to use them, quite frankly. I still think this is guts over wit, because this is only plus 21, and this is 19, 26, 31, so we're still getting more stats out of the guts training, and wit at 718 is fine. The soft cap for skill activation is around 600 wit, so as long as we're above that, we're chilling. Remember to use your cleat hammer. Head into the the semis at this point, I guess. Good. Plus 21 to all. Another guts training. I don't really want to, but we'll megaphone it. I want it to be power, but we just never saw a good power training. Again, I'm not upset about the fact that we didn't use that band. I think if we had gotten luckier, we could have, but this is fine as well. It would have been really, with one good Rainbow's power training in Summer Break, we would have kept power and speed on this run. Like any of those turns that we took off to run a race, those would have been power cap. So with slightly better RNG, this would be like a... Oh, I forgot to use the cleat! Alright, we threw away plus 6 to all. Unfortunate. Really need to remember to click on that screen. Oh, that's still a really, really good race. Or a really, really good career. But technically we are going to be down 20 stats from where we could be. So, we're at stamina cap for team trials. We do not need more than that. We do not need to buy a single recovery. Let's see what our options are. We can get Adept, Fast and Furious for sure, Slick Surge for sure, Outer Swell for sure, Updrafters for sure, Mile Straights, Shifting Gears won't trigger, Acceleration will, but it doesn't help us win, so we'll come back to that later. Unyielding Spirit, Late Straights, Late Corners, Fighter will trigger, but it doesn't help us win. 1.5 million CCs is inconsistent. Late Surger Savvy. Playtime's over because we can be followed by other Late Surgers or End Closers. Ignited Speed, Ignited Power, Radiant Star. We have 138 left over. Fighter will be more consistent than 1.5 million CCs. And we can't afford Acceleration. So this doesn't help us win races, but it's skill activations for team trials. This is an S+ run. There is no doubt in my mind that this is S+. Yeah. Fairly deep into it as well. Sparks are horrible, but that's fine. That's not why we're here. Only 2 gold skills is a little unfortunate, but then you look at the deck and where are they going to come from? Tosin Jordan doesn't give good golds. We just don't have a better speed card to replace her with. Haru doesn't give a usable gold, but we don't really have an SSR that has one that does what Haru needs to do in this deck. And borrowing Fuku is just something that we're doing to survive early career races. There's not really a way for us to improve on that, unfortunately. That is a case where a better deck, like, you know, a deck that you pay money for, would probably be better. We'll be undefeated. No, it's not as much of a flex now that you can reroll events. We'll be a Goddess. That's fitting. And then this is a team trials runner, man. Got 96,000 event points out of that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Take me to edit team. Which Matikane are you? You're 11,665. So we put vodka here. And then go find your Matikane. Sort by rating. 11,6. There you are. So you come down here. We're going up from 178 to 183. Fairly significant jump off the back of a much better vodka than the previous one that we had. And then let's go see how she runs. normal mood. We are going up against somebody who either hasn't played Track Blazer yet or has played Track Blazer but doesn't fully know how it works. I don't see any S+ runners over there. First. It's feeling pretty good about that. 484 is not a high score. But who were my high scorers? Boom, boom, boom. That is looking great. Race me again. And then after this, I want to take a look at where the Class 6 retention threshold is, because it's probably like 635 now, if I had to guess. Haru beat our undefeated Taiki. Big claps, everybody. Big claps. Take our first star fragment for Christmas Ogre. Alarm clocks for sure. Extremely valuable resource now. Hop into race. Interesting. This person has played Track Blazer. and they've built the runners that we didn't build yet. Okay. That will be an L. Star pieces, please. Alarm clock, please. Give me my last two. Retention line's up to 622. Yeah, that line is getting very high very quickly. We'll use a parfait on this because we do get presents out of every win. Three wins? That's pretty good. We'll take it. 551. We're getting up there, and that was with 2 losses. We're getting closer to that retention line. I think 2 weeks from now is the week. I think we're going to get sent back to Class 5 at the end of this week. I think we are going to demolish everything that we find in Class 5 as we continue to work on this Team Trials roster. And then the week after that, when we come back up to Class 6, we're not coming down again. Not enough race points? That's fine. So that's Team Trials out of the way. Let's go do our daily races. Let's go spin our bingo wheel. Let's go get our archive level up, because I see that waiting for us over there. There's my new vodka. My new insane vodka. Good. Right, we're done. And then take me to... Well, take me to all the stuff I got for logging in. Collect all this. We're up to 23k carrots. We can pull before too long, man. We should figure out what support banner we're going for next, because we're going to get an avalanche of carrots from the rest of this anniversary event. Maybe, you know what, we might just pull in the Narita Top Row banner, because we're basically at pity and then some at this point. We'll figure that out when we get to it, though. Okay, we're at pity. Okay, we're done with pity. That, importantly, is gold crystal fragment number 19. And then if we get very lucky on these spins... So close. Oh, never mind. We're at gold crystal 20. You know what? Let's go use that right now. I know exactly who is getting that. Crystal Shard Exchange, gold crystal, yes. Hop back over here. Shinko Wendy's SR speed card is going to be in every single deck. What? Wait, what? Oh, right, it's not on cap available. We have to go and manually find her. SR speed. Shinko Wendy. Items, gold crystal. We might get an extra copy in the top road pulls. We might not. This is going to be a card we use every single run. I am going to upgrade her now. It's okay. and then bring her up to 45. We get an extra speed bonus out of that. We put race bonus to a flat 10. We get extra initial speed. We get more friendship bonus to make her rainbow training stronger. It's everything we want her to do. And then we'll go check on club, check on archive, and then we'll be done. There we go. And there we go. So, as always, if you're enjoying Uma, do make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the run that we did today, or you have general commentary on Uma, or you have questions, comments of your own that you want to leave about how your own account has been going, do drop down into the comment section and let me know. We will be streaming tomorrow at our usual streaming time, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. And there's a couple things that we're going to work on. I still need to do one more URA finale run in order to finish one of our special missions that we have here. I would also like to... yeah, this one. I would also like to try and do some weird looking map decks, or Trackblazer decks. I think I would like to try a Trackblazer deck that emphasizes specialty priority instead of race bonus. That's going to look more like a Unity Cup deck, just to see how it goes. I don't want to commit a full YouTube video to that, because if it doesn't work, and I expect it to not work, it's not going to be super interesting to watch, but we'll try that on stream and we'll see how it goes. So I will see you guys around for that if streams are your thing. Otherwise, I will see you back here on Monday for Monday's video. But until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.